Hey everybody, we are going to make another little trip down the street today, but today we're not looking for crayfish or minnows. In fact, we're not looking for animals at all, we're looking for plants. I've been out and about rummaging around in the yard. I found a lot of stuff that I like that I'm going to be able to use in my new project. I've got a lot of mossy type stuff, ferns, lichens growing on rocks. I've got all kind of stuff that grows in low light conditions, which is what I hope we're going to be able to recreate, even though the light I've got in mind is not really a low light, but we can worry about that when the time comes. Anyway, I've got one particular plant in mind that I swear I've seen in the yard before, but we're so late in the year that I don't know if it's still there, and at any rate I just wasn't able to find it. Whether it's growing there or not, I don't know, but I was not able to find it. So my next step is going to be to get down the street here, and we're going to rummage around in the stream a little bit, and we're going to see if we can't find some of it growing down here and collect a little bit of it up. And if I don't find any of that, I might be able to find something similar or something else, or who knows. But we're just going to have a little rummage around and see what we can see while we're out here. So sit tight, give me a minute to get parked, and then I'll see you down by the water. Alright, I think we're gonna start out by heading downstream. You see big chunks of the road all the way down here still. All of this is wisteria. You can see these roots growing across everything and grabbing and climbing up this. If you'll remember from my previous videos, all this green all the way up there, that's all wisteria, and it's just eating these trees. All this stuff, this is just wisteria growing through here. It's amazing how much of it is taking over this corner of the stream here. So that is a spring, and there's water in that year round. Looks like somebody was down here with a little camp stove. Seems like kind of an odd place to set up a camp stove and cook lunch, but somebody was doing it. So what I'm looking for is going to be hanging down over the edge in all likelihood. So let's get down here. And look back towards the shore this way. We're probably going to have better luck at seeing it if it's still around this time of year. All that's wisteria. All this is wisteria. It's made its way across, and now it's all up in those trees over there. If ever there was a triffid, it is wisteria. Alright, I am not seeing hide nor hair of what I'm looking for. We've got lots of good mosses growing on the rocks and on the pieces of wood. Like this, for example, I could just take that piece of wood. I even brought my saw with me. Just take that and stick it right in. So that's an option, but that stuff will be here regardless of what the weather is. Boy, I used to have some trees and stuff through here, and I couldn't go any further than right here. So now we can actually keep right on walking. See, this is another one that we're probably going to eventually get in there. It's all this Christmas fern, all this stuff here. I've got that growing all through my yard, so that won't be any of an issue either. But you can see it in its natural environment here, and it looks really good, so that's going to look nice. I'll be careful where I'm going here. Well, now that this is opened up, this almost looks like it'd be worth coming down here to throw my little fishing line out and see if I could catch some small fish down here. All right, let's see how deep this gets. I think we'll be all right. Got a lot of wisteria. All right, how do I want to do this? I can see little fish darting around. See this rock? I like that. I'm not going to bring big chunks of rock like this back, but I'm just trying to give you an idea of what I'm talking about as far as my inspiration of what kind of look I'm going for. This is another good example. If you look back here, you can see that big clump of moss with that little bit of Christmas fern growing out of it. If I can get these sticks out of my way. Well, that looks like that's somebody's house right there. You know, stuff like that. We're going to have that sort of feel going on once we get it set up. But the first thing I got to do, I'm looking for one very specific plant, and so far I have not found it. And in case you're wondering, my sealskins socks are keeping my feet plenty warm right now. I can feel the cool water. I can tell it's cold water. I certainly wouldn't want to be sticking my hands in it right now. But these socks are very thick and warm, well insulated. They almost act like a wetsuit. Once the water gets into the sock material, it just sort of warms up and stays there. And then of course there's the waterproof lining. And then I have my regular cotton socks on underneath. So my feet are warm and dry right now, despite the fact that the water is probably only about 55 degrees. See, this is a different kind of fern. I have this fern all through my yard too. My fern garden, in fact, is made out of this kind of fern. We got more moss, but again, all this stuff is stuff that I can just go right out in the backyard and collect. I really wish I could find some of the plant I was looking for. I wish I knew what it was called, actually, but I don't. See, here's a nice, good example. You got the little stream flowing in. Granted, that's not a very vigorous waterfall, but you imagine when it rains, you can see quite a bit of water rushing through here over the rocks. We've got the ferns, the mosses, tree roots. You know, this is what we're going for eventually, whenever I can work it out. Looks like that tree just fell over. Let's go check that out. Ooh, look at this. Let's check this out first. There's a bunch of little minnows swimming around right there. That is really cool fungus. Look at all that. So, wonder where this tree came from, because it sure didn't get uprooted right here. That's weird how it just seems like it's plopped down like that. Let's get around the other side of it and have a look. Oh, you can see by the way the ground is peeled up. That was leaning over, and I'll bet the water undercut it. And all of that was still exposed, and then eventually when it went over, it just peeled the roots and ground up with it. So that's all still connected and alive. I bet that tree is just going to start sending its branches up this way, but it's fully alive. And now that I know what I'm looking at, you can really see how flat it was underneath of there. So that was sticking straight out over here and had water flowing underneath of it. All right, we're getting about down just to the end of the line here. I can see the bridge right down there for the main road, and I can't go any further than that because I can't get underneath the bridge. The water gets really deep. Boy, there's a bunch of fish swimming around down in there. See, this is another one that give it some time, and eventually that whole tree is going to be laying over there. But I definitely need to come down here and throw a line out in that. I can see all kinds of fish swimming around in there. Probably just creek chubs. Oh, there's a school of larger ones, whatever they are, I don't know. Now remember, I've got on polarized glasses. I have no idea what you're seeing in the glare. But there's some good looking fish down in there. Or good sized fish, I should say, at least. Found a little beach ball to play with. That almost looks like somebody was setting up a little crude shelter or a tent or something. We found a camp stove up there with a little camp, and now we've got a little crude shelter down here. I wonder if somebody's living down here. And boy, that's deep enough to be a swimming hole. I bet that's up to my chin if I stood in there. I don't see any fish swimming around in it though. Alright, I guess we might as well keep on going since we've come this far. Oh, there's the fish. There's a bunch of little ones swimming back upstream. I just scared them when I came down this way. That's another really deep hole right in there. Probably not the best place to be standing, although I would imagine when they start to give, they'll give plenty of warning. They're going to fall very slowly. I can see quite a lot of fish down in there too. I'm definitely going to have to come down here with my rod and reel and do a little bit of fishing down here. I had no idea there were such deep holes. You might pull some small trout out of here, who knows? So I am still keeping my eyes out for the plant I'm looking for, believe it or not. I'm just having fun walking around in the stream. I enjoy doing this kind of stuff. It's been a long time since I've actually got out and walked all the way down here. Oh, there's some nice big creek chubs out there. They're as big as the ones in my tank probably, or close to it. If we walk far enough, we'll finally make our way on down into George's Creek and eventually out into Pretty Boy Reservoir. But I've never done that. That's several miles and I'd have to walk through quite a lot of people's properties to do it, so I've never done that. Interesting rock. Alright, how am I going to get out of here? Wow, that's a cool looking tree too. Alright. Probably my best bet's going to be to go up through here, or I don't know, let's see. There's a big school of fish running out in front of me right there. I think I can go right on over here. All right, I'm gonna walk back up to where the truck is parked if I can get out of here safely. This is not the kind of road you want to be walking on. So we're parked what I'll call a country block up that way, and we're gonna just walk down my street here, and I'll see you back at the truck, and then we're gonna go upstream because I'm determined to find some of that plant. So sit tight and I'll see you back at the truck. Well, I did find some vinca growing along the side of the road on the way back, but once again I'm pretty sure I can just go ahead and collect some vinca up out of the backyard. The only real difference between places like this and our yard is that this has a stream in it and our yard does not. But as far as what I'm going to find growing around most of these places, there's not a lot of difference there. So I'm hoping, because of the stream, if what I'm looking for is a semi-aquatic plant, just have a feeling I'm going to slip on that mud and I don't feel like landing in the water the hard way. So if what I'm looking for is a semi-aquatic plant, as I believe it is, or at least it thrives in a semi-aquatic environment, then I'm a lot more likely to find it down here. Even if it will grow in my yard, it's going to be more likely to grow down in an environment like this. So let's keep looking. There's some bright green grass. See, this is the vinca I was talking about. This dark green viney sort of ground cover. I will probably have some of that going on, but you know, it's not something I need right now, right here. So this is actually why I wanted to come up here. I used to collect fish out from in front of this tree, and this is another one that we recently lost, and I can see a nice big old school of creek chubs. Big school of creek chubs. There must be 100 of them in there. So now, in order to get through here, we're going to have to work our way around some of this stuff, which is why I brought this. So, not even sure how we want to go around this actually. Alright, well this isn't going to be easy any way I slice it, is it? Almost got that one in the eye. I'm glad I was wearing glasses. Alright, so cutting these down is probably going to be what I need to do. I'll leave a link to this saw down below if anybody's interested. Alright, well that's going to wear me out if I keep doing that. Alright, we'll call that good for now. Alright. Looking for more plants. It's interesting now that we've had so much flood, you know, so much rainwater come through here and scour the bottom out. You get a better idea of what it actually looks like and how rocky it really is. So there's all the rosy side dace out there. I don't know why, but the rosy side dace really seem to like this particular hole. I'm still not seeing what I'm looking for. It's really hard to see. I know you can hear it. You can see a little stream running down, splashing its way in back there. And once again, you got your little moss covered rocks, little ferns growing everywhere. That's a nice rock too, I like that. It's got a little bit of a cup shape to it. It's flat. I think that might come home with us today. Alright everybody, this is the end of the line. Right here starts another neighbor's property, and I very much do not have permission to walk on their property, so we got to stop right here. So that was it, I guess. No luck today. I guess maybe I can try next time I'm running out George's Creek or something. I can look around. See, we got tons of this Christmas fern. I don't even know what the name of the plant I'm looking for is. I've just seen it a million times and I really like it, and I've always thought it would look good in the type of setting I'm trying to establish. I'm still working on it, so we'll keep trying. And I guess in the meantime I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this video up, since I'm not going to do anything else in it except hopefully stay upright. Sounds like somebody's trying to get up a very steep driveway over there. I actually do that in my own driveway sometimes. If I'm coming around the bend and trying to take the tight corner and then climb the hill at the same time, my back wheel will kick out and spin like that. If you heard that squealing noise, that's all that was. I'm definitely not seeing what I'm looking for. This is starting to get frustrating. I thought for sure we were going to find some down here. Well, alright everybody, I'm calling it. Make my way back to this mess over here. So thanks for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. We're going to call this an outdoors video, but don't forget you want to check out what's going on with my garden tank, because that's where this is all going to end up. So in the meantime, I'm going to get back to cutting this one off, and then I'm going to head on home. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you real soon in the next one.